you here, Kev. Um, I'm grateful that you took some time out of your day. I know you're a super busy guy. What'd you say?
I had gotten onto the Google Meets thing that was on my calendar, so I got confused. I was like, wait, there's nobody here.
Oh man, dude. I gotta add extra clarity that it's always Zoom. It's always Zoom. Zoom is definitely the most efficient always. But man, Kev, thanks again for taking some time out. Really appreciate, where our friendship and our partnership is going. All the different things that you've personally done for me. Just reaching out, spreading positivity. This guy is he's one of those people, Orlando, who will just reach out and just say, hey man, thinking about you. I hope you're having a great day. And I always appreciated that about him because and this is actually my first question for you, Kev, is I know the foundation of a lot of your success from when we spoke the other day, a little bit deeper on it, is you're a master connector. You're a master networker. Can you talk to us a little bit about that and how that's affecting you? Because I know you have like 4 entrepreneurial endeavors going on right now. So how has that helped you in your career, man?
Sorry, that last part, I didn't hear that very last part. I got cut off a little bit.
Yeah, so just the biggest question that we're just trying to understand is knowing that you're a really good networker, right? You spent a lot of your career just connecting people. And I'd love to understand more about how that's helped you out and how fundamentally that's a big part of how you're able to write so much business.
So I'll be honest with you, man. It wasn't until very recently that I really realized how many people I had talked to and how many people I had networked with. Because that's when it really hit me. I was ready to quit the agency game. I was ready to be like, man, you know what? I got a good ass job. Like, I don't really need to do this. I wanted to do it, but it's not working out, And then, and that's when I kind of realized I was like, I don't really need to do this the same way they teach you in the program because I have money and I have a network. So that's when I kind of changed things up to my own. And I'm just really big on networking. I message anybody who I see that is doing better than me at something and I want to learn from them, I message them. So just like yourself, right? Like you killed it right away from the gate without even knowing what an agency was, right? So I was like, okay, well, I'm good at sales, but this guy came out here and like blew it out of the water. Like, how can I learn from him? Like, how did he do that, right? Same with I don't know if you know Dr. Connor. He had that master class not long ago. I've been in talks with him almost weekly because I know he's out there destroying and knowing that he is actually a doctor and then left to go do this, right? So I've been so I'm just big on messaging anybody, man, and I will bug people. I know a lot of people feel like, oh man, I feel bad bugging them. I don't feel bad. I will bug you. I will bug you and I will bug you and I will bug you. And if you don't want to talk to me, you can tell me to F up. But if you don't tell me to F up, I'm going to keep bugging you.
That's right.
That's because I want to learn. I want to get better, man. And even the people that aren't in the same level as me financially and stuff, it doesn't mean I can't learn from them, dude. There's so many people. That's my mindset is there's kids in there, man, who are killing it. They're are 17 years old and are killing it, how to get results and stuff like that in the agency. So I'll talk to them. I'm like, dude, what's up? You're 17, 18. Teach me. I don't care. I don't see age. I only see success. That's what I look at.
I love that. So that's obviously a fundamental part of probably your upbringing. And as you were starting in your career, I know you basically earned 6 figures probably for the past 5+ years selling insurance specifically, and also I know you did some work with Wells Fargo too. So I'd be curious.
It was actually backwards, bro. It's actually I was making 6 figures doing investments only. I just started doing the insurance in July.
Even better, man, because majority of our clientele is doing honestly a hybrid, right? So they're selling some life insurance, but moving towards wealth management. We all know that's where the money is. So why don't you tell us a little bit about some strategies and things that have helped you to build a fat book of business over the years and really continuing to grow that. So what are some of your strategies?
So when I worked at Wells Fargo, man, the benefit that we had was that the clients were just basically already coming to the company, right? We already know what their balances were. Be honest with you, what I've realized now that I've adapted to my agency, and it's something I wish I would have realized sooner when I started doing the marketing, is I realized that I can implement the things that I was doing in that as an advisor into my agency, right?
Yeah.
And I'm huge, and I know that they talk about like, oh, ads kill it, ads kill it. Man, you know what, man? I'll tell you right now, I'm old school, bro. I can kill it on phone calls, bro. Phone calls, phone calls, phone calls, phone calls. Like, I literally will book like 5 appointments a day from just phone calls.
And can you
You know,
walk us
like,
so how do you gauge interest so fast? Because if you're able to book, you're probably making a fair amount of calls, probably like what, 40, 50 calls get you to maybe 5 booked appointments or 30 calls, give or take. So what's your compelling message that gets somebody to say, hey man, I like you, Kev. Let's schedule a time. What is it about you? What's that beginning message that you use?
so at this point, I have a
You're breaking up, Kev. Hold on a second. You're breaking up.
so I don't really make the calls myself. Can you hear me
No.
now?
Yeah, just repeat that because you broke up for a second, please.
I said at this point I don't really make cold calls anymore. I have a cold caller that makes them for me.
Yeah.
But I taught him a lot of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what I use, man, is first of all just introduce myself. It's like I don't know, it's crazy. It's so basic to me, and I think it should be basic to everybody. But all I say, man, is, hey Connor, how you doing? How's your day going? You're like, hey, how's it going? I'm good. Who's this? And I'm like, oh, I'm Kevin. I'm calling from New York Live. I just want to see how things are going. I know that there's been a rough year. COVID's happening right now. And I just want to know how you're doing. Everything is about you, Connor. How are you doing? How's life? How are your kids? Oh, you're a parent? That's awesome. No way. I have a kid too. My kid's 3. How is your kid? Everything I do is about making it about them and making it about personal. Because the moment they can feel like they can connect with you as a person, not as a business, then you earn their trust. Once you earn their trust, they will tell you, I make this much here, I have this much there, I have this much money here. And then when I deal with people that have a lot more money, one thing I've caught on from being an advisor for years, people love to brag about how much money they have. They love to brag, bro. So they will tell you everything. It's like, oh man, you make 5 million? No way. Is that all you make? Oh no, I make 10 million over here too. Oh no way, that's cool. They'll tell you everything because they love bragging about it. They love bragging. When I was at Wells Fargo, dude, everybody we sat with, you couldn't sit down with me unless you had minimum $250,000 to invest.
We're right? Today, movable money.
What was that?
Today, money that can move today.
Yeah, exactly. Like you had to have at least $250,000 to invest, or like there was no point for us to sit with you. So,
even at that level, that inspires another question, man. This is incredible, by the way. So when you're talking to somebody who's high net worth compared to somebody who's low net worth, let's say 250 was like low net worth, and let's say your medium to high net worth person was 5 million plus. Okay, how is the conversation different?
The conversation is different in the way that, like, the fear, to be honest with you, that was the biggest thing, the fear factor. People who have a lot of money, they understand how things work. They need less explanation of how stuff works, right? They're more aware of how things work. They're more aware of taking risks because obviously they took risks to get to where they're at. A lot of the folks that I was sitting with, they were like in the, because sometimes we would still help people with about 150 or so. A lot of those folks, that was like their life savings, or they sold a house and they have all this money now and that's all they have, right?
Yeah.
So they're not as aware, so they have that fear factor. So you have to basically kind of baby them in a way, hold their hand, tell them it's gonna be okay, that you're gonna like look out for their best interests and really, really earn that trust. And sometimes you have to work harder for it. Unlike somebody who has like $5 million, just they will straight up just be like, how much do I need to put in? How much are you going to give me? What's the risk? That's all I care about.
What's your fees? What's your risk? What's my estimated, percent interest over the next 10 years? What's my worst case scenario? Okay, great.
Yeah.
I trust you. Sounds good. But you've already built rapport with that person though still, right? Like you're still talking about their kids. You're still getting to know them on a...
Oh, yeah. Everybody I talked to, I was always trying to build rapport when I was at Wells Fargo. Now I'm at New York Live, same thing. Everybody I talk to is about building that rapport. And earning their trust. And I look at myself. When I was at Wells Fargo, I would always tell them, don't even worry about the company. Worry about who you're working with. You're working with
Ooh,
me.
ooh.
I was trying to sell myself. Not the company. Because if you sell the company, the moment the company does something stupid, which they always do because they're a corporation, it's gonna be like, oh man, I need to pull my money out. But if you're
Mm,
not selling the company and you're selling yourself and you're constantly treating them well, they're gonna be happy. Obviously, it's a lie to tell you they're all happy all the time because they're not.
yeah.
People have emotions. People
Yes.
get pissed off at you,
Yes.
and that's I think for me, like I got so comfortable with finance and dealing with people that had a lot of money at a young age
Mm,
that it never really bothered me. Like it never
yes.
really like I can have somebody that I had like $3 million, like just off of me and tell me to like this and that and like cuss at me and stuff, and I just be like, all right, like I don't care. like I had no emotion.
That's
And
huge,
that's
bro.
something
That's huge.
that's hard to do. A lot of people have a hard time separating business from personal and
Mm,
separating the emotion from the business. I have no emotion when it comes to business. I will tell you just like this. I charge my mom for her marketing because I don't care. That's business. That is not personal.
I like that. It's so interesting you bring that up, man, because there are a lot of life insurance producers that are afraid to even have the conversation of an annuity because now you're talking about money. Now you're talking about, hey, this is somebody's nest egg. This is the amount of money that they acquired over time. So there are life insurance agents right now that are literally deathly afraid about selling an annuity, not even because they're afraid of the complexity of the product, complexity of the contracts, all the different variables that go into being able to build a true wealth plan. What they're actually most concerned about is just the idea that you're gonna be working with somebody's nest egg. It's 150,000, 200, 300K in their 401k, and then that just raises a fear flag. Like all of a sudden, holy crap! I don't know if I'm ready to have that conversation. So it's not a fear of education. It's not the fear of skill set. It's not the fear of having the conversation. It's the fear of when I'm there, am I going to screw it up? So my question to you is, how do you work through that? How do you build the mental callus to be more comfortable when somebody goes from on their, like they opt in, right? So with legacy, they opt in, they say they got 150, 250K in the bank. And then you start getting granular in your discovery, and then they got 1 million. And your ears go up, and you're like, all right, that's great, but you don't want to get scared at the same time, and you want to hold your posture. So what are some thoughts on that to help our agents be more productive?
Man, the best way I can answer that is number one, I'm very blessed. I'm very blessed that I've always been around business my entire life.
Mm,
I've always had a business mindset. I was in elementary school selling toys to kids, bro. Like literally, like I've always been a business
savage,
mindset type of person.
savage.
So, and but I think that I can relate it to the agency, right? Like when I started the agency, man, the reason I was not closing clients is because I didn't believe in the product and I
Mm,
didn't believe in myself
mm,
and I didn't believe in right. So like
mm.
that alone, like that was already like that's why I wasn't closing for like 3 months. I didn't close one client, no matter how many calls I got on, because I just didn't believe in myself.
Man,
Um,
That's
with
wild.
the
It's
with
wild.
the investments and the insurance, it's all opposite, right? I believe in it so much because I've been doing it for so long and I've seen it work and I've seen people make money. I make money from it. I invest myself. Like I literally, dude, I threw like 30 G's at Tesla at $230 back in February. So you can just imagine how that's going right now. So it's
I
like
love
for
it.
me, it's like I believe in the product so much. I use the product myself. So if you're doing it like same with the agency, I wasn't running ads for how long because I didn't believe in that.
Yeah.
But see, like that just shows you if I don't believe in running ads for myself, how can the client trust me when I don't even believe in doing it for my own?
Mm,
So
Yeah.
for me, is when it came to the investments and the insurance and all that, I have whole life insurance, I have universal life insurance, I have life insurance on my daughter, I have I have a mutual fund, I have a 401k, I have a Roth IRA. Dude, I live paycheck to paycheck, but all my money is invested. Every single cent that comes in is going somewhere that's gonna make more money. I
Love
have
it.
4 houses, right? So like everything I do is about investing. So then because I have so much belief in it and I do it myself, then it's like, okay, it's easy for me to tell someone, hey, dude, why would you not have a whole life insurance? Dude, I'm telling you, I have a whole life insurance for $500 a month. This is how much I'm going to have when I'm this age. Like, don't you want to have that much?
Man, this is such powerful insight here, man. So powerful.
I want to say something real quick that, Kevin, that is such an extraordinary story about just belief and self-belief.
Mm.
Just knowing the caliber of person that you are, knowing that in an insurance environment, right, or financial environment, you have this belief that allows you to get these results. And for you to go into the agency land and, I just, have that kind of experience, I just think that goes to just the power of self-belief. I just wanted to add that in there because that's a very extraordinary example of self-belief. And I thought it was important for me to speak up and just make that distinction.
I love it, man. I love it. And like me personally,
I'll tell you.
Go ahead, Kev.
If you want to go more into the belief part of it, I'm gonna tell you something right now.
Yes.
I had a big ass book of business at Wells Fargo where I was getting paid residual.
Mm-hmm.
I walked away from that because I got tired of, even though I was a financial advisor, I had to be there 9 to 5, right? And I had to like drop off my daughter early at daycare, pick her up late, and I hated that.
Those fixed hours, hell no, those fixed hours. Nobody's feeling those fixed hours, bro.
I walked away from my 6-figure salary. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do. I just knew I was like, I'm out. I was like, and the problem is, all my money was invested, right? And then my ex-wife had divorced me, so I also had to pay her out. I had to get into a bunch of debt because of the whole divorce thing, right? So I was like, dude, I don't want to do this no more. I gotta go do something else. Found out about the agency stuff, and I was like, and I had New York Life hit me up. This was around the same time in January, and I told New York Life, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go try to go do this. I'm gonna go see what's up. I'm seeing little kids do this, making money. I was like, I want to go see what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So I started doing that stuff, and there's been so many times I wanted to quit, and I just didn't. And it wasn't until I actually needed to make money that I was like, okay, I'll go work at New York Life temporarily, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop working on my agency. Yes. And I literally had to get them on paper to approve my agency, and I told them, if you don't approve my agency, I don't want to work here. Wow. I would rather not work and quit on my dreams.
Let's go! So, I love it, bro. Thank you. That's a blessing. You just shared a gift with us, my friend. So many gifts, so many knowledge nuggets. A few that I just want to reiterate is, man, the big thing that you talked about here is one of the fastest ways to overcome fear on something that you're trying to sell is probably go ahead and buy it and use it yourself, right? Like, building that conviction to help somebody with managing their money, you were vested, heavily vested. And now when somebody comes to the table, they say, hey, Kev, yes, I have an investment, excuse me, guys. Sorry. I have an investment account, right, that has 10 million in it. But by the way, I have 10 properties. You're like, no problem. So do I. That's beautiful. Let's have a conversation. The big difference there is you've established so much rapport and trust because you are practicing what you preach. And that's huge, man. I just want to reiterate that because that's a knowledge bomb that, man, I want to, this is for our private clients, but I might share this on YouTube because that's pure heat, bro. Maybe even just that little insert there. And then the other thing that you just talked about that was so powerful is that you knowing what your actual self-worth was, like, meaning what you wanted to achieve in your life is what gave you the conviction to say, hey, captive company, New York Life, I don't give a crap what your guys' opinion is. I'm still going to run this side hustle. And if you're not interested in me bringing these Wells Fargo numbers to you here at New York Life, and you're not interested in that, no problem, take a flying leap, because even though I'm going to crush it and produce for you, I'm still going to pursue my dream and have this, because it's real estate, I think is your niche, this real estate agency as well on the side that I'm going to side hustle, but I need you guys to approve it or else I'm not taking action. That's huge, bro. There's so many professionals out here in the world that are just scared in general. Like, people put a little cap on them and then they just assume that that's the way that the world's supposed to be. And I respect you going against the grain, man. I really do. You're a beast.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that because, Yeah, man, it was rough, dude. It was people think that it's like it's just easy. Like I just decided, oh, but it's like they talk about in the agency, right? It's the shiny object syndrome and stuff. And for me, like I'm very blessed, dude. I can just leave the agency and go make money, right? But it. I think sometimes people don't realize how hard it is mentally. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I have no choice, so I have to make it happen." But also, you don't realize how hard it is sometimes when you do have a choice and you could go do something else, but but you want to stick to this. It is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's harder because obviously, I know I can go eat if I go do something else, but it is fucking hard to be like, dude, I made literally, I went almost 3 months with making no money, zero income. In like August, September, and October, I made no money in the agency, no money in the insurance. I had my manager on my butt about the insurance stuff, and I was like, dude, I don't care. I told you I have to focus on this first.
Mm.
And I was so focused on trying to crack the agency and figure this out that I didn't care. I was just going through my savings, going through my savings, going through my savings. When I know I can easily probably go make 10, 15K in the insurance.
Mm.
I can easily go make $10,000, $15,000. But I
Mm.
was like, I don't got time for that. I gotta go learn I gotta learn this and I gotta figure it out.
Yep.
And
Dude, and
and
one thing you and I related to the other day when we talked is that I always got in business, me personally, I've always gotten in business to build a system. I never got in business to give myself another job. I got in business to figure out ways to create systems, to create continuity, and to create lifestyle, right? Like that was the only reason I got into business. It was never like, hey, I'm pursuing this massive dollar amount. The real reality was I just wanted to have more autonomy around the things that I want to do. And I just respect that, like, this message goes out to any professional out there. Is it so important to just pursue your dream, not somebody else's? Seriously. Like, take a second to just chew on that. Pursue your dream and not somebody else's. Not the one that your upline in your business told you should do. Not the one that Tony Robbins, Ty Lopez, or all these other gurus told you should do, Grant Cardone. You got to live your dream. You got to create your lifestyle, the one that you want. And I think that that's what you're doing, Kev, because you got your hands in a bunch of different things. I know you're working on some like side hustle, maybe flipping some real estate properties too. And I think that a portion of you is not chasing multiple rabbits, but you're just trying to keep your feet in to find the thing that's going to give you the breakthrough for the lifestyle that you want. It's never about the money. Would you agree?
for me, it's it's funny you say that because Dr. Connor said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He was so shocked because he was like, when I explained to Dr. Connor how my payout worked at New York Life, and he was like, I don't understand. Why did you just do that? And then he was like, and I was just like, why aren't you just a doctor, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's
So just a quick backstory on this, Orlando, and whoever's listening. One of our professional business partners, his name is Dr. Connor Robertson. If you need me to intro to you, let me know. Great guy. He'll help you automate your LinkedIn. But the reason why he's bringing this up is that he went from scaling multiple chiropractic companies, like I think 2 or 3, to multiple 7 figures, and then decided I'm out of the chiropractic industry. I'm going to coach chiros on like a basic level, coach them up on how to build a real business. And then at the same time, he built this LinkedIn automated strategy because he didn't want to be attached to being a chiro. So we're only bringing this up just to say that like this guy also wanted lifestyle too. And he's a high performer. His agency probably does like 300K a month, something like that. So he's crushing. But it's very interesting to your point here, Kev, that like everyone could say that they want a certain thing, but it's really like, what's the feeling that we get from it? What's the lifestyle that we're trying to get from it, right?
So my goal, man, and I'll share this with you guys. I don't really share it with people just because I don't know. It's just I'm not wanting to go. You've seen on the groups, I never post any wins. I don't care.
Speak it
for
into the
wins.
universe, brother. I will validate whatever you're about to say, and I'll help you get there too.
I'm bigger on I love posting losses more than wins because I love to fail. I love to fail. I love to fall on my face. I just because you learn from it, dude, and you learn to just keep getting up, and you learn to. I mean, I learned that from boxing too. Just because I boxed my whole life.
Mm.
Um,
You look
but
you look like a boxer, honestly.
I'm actually a boxer, bro. I own I have a small promotion too that I own, but
This guy's a hustler. He's got his hands in a little
That's
bit.
awesome.
Awesome.
But yeah, man. So like my goal has been I can give up making I can make like no money for like 6 months and figure out how to automate everything basically. That's my goal.
Hmm.
So that eventually right now I've been pretty blessed and I've started to figure out how to automate my insurance stuff,
Hmm.
not just with your system, but also with something else that I found.
Hmm.
And I started to little by little try to figure out how to automate all that and then how to implement that to the agency and then how to connect what I realized is all these guys in our group, they all talk to business owners, bro. Business owners, they all need me. So that's why I network with everybody in 7FA because it's like, dude, does your guy need some help with taxes? Does your
Dude, can we
guy need
talk
some help
about
with
that for a
investments?
second?
Does your guy
Oh,
need some help with insurance?
bro, Kev, you got to give us some value on that for a second. I need to know your whole system. You and I could talk about that offline. No, all jokes aside, can you tell us about how important talking to small business owners is and selling them IULs and annuities as well, but IUL specifically? I know that that's like a big thing that you do.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge, bro. Like it's everything. Like like my niche because it's funny. It's funny that in the agency we pick a niche, but in insurance and in investments we pick a niche as well. So it's kind of funny how that works.
Yeah.
And my niche is business owners. A lot of people like to go for families or people with kids and stuff like that. I like business owners because number one, they're more challenging, but when you close them, you get so much more stuff because
Tell me about that
a
specifically.
business
You say so much more stuff. What does that mean?
business owners, man, they can a lot of small business owners they can use like you say universal whole life, right? They can use that for their taxes. They can use whole lives for their taxes. They can you sell them term life insurance to let them know, hey, mostly like because a lot of times it's husband and wife owning the business, right?
Yeah.
What happens if your husband passes away? Are you going to be able to maintain the business? Or you're not, right? Or like how will the finances look? It'd be good to have somebody some life insurance on them as well. Then you sell them on like how many employees you have. You have 10 employees. Do you have 401k set up for those employees? You don't. That's awesome. We can help you set that up.
Mm.
You can even set up UILs for the employees that they have.
Mm.
That could be like the retirement that they have, right? So it's just a lot of stuff. We can help them go through their taxes, right? So let's see how you because a lot of business owners they try to do their own taxes and I don't like to be a dick, but they suck at it. They're not tax professionals. They're not tax professionals. Their profession is whatever it is their business is, right?
Mm.
So we'll try to sit down and show and help them out to redo their taxes and help them fix all that stuff, right? So that way they can. But yeah, man, there's just about any product for any business owner. And like I said, like you said, the whole life insurance and the universal life insurance, those are big time for them. Those are huge
So,
because
Kev,
it
one
helps them
question
out
that
a
I have,
lot.
man. I'm trying to abuse you, brother. I'm trying to get as much value as we possibly can from you in this call. And dude, thank you so much. This has been a blessing for me, for my family, for my business. This is awesome. Thank you for your time. Um, One more question that I had, and this was something that was super powerful that you talked about briefly in our conversation about a week ago. And I pay attention, so I wanted to bring it up and use this moment for you to display it a little bit is you're very good at turning one sale into 4, into 5, into 10 sales, both through referrals and also selling multiple products to the same individual. How is that possible? Are you just like, you just get into their lifestyle and you're just such a good rapport builder that they feel comfortable telling you about their violin that they bought when they were 10 years old? Like, are you just a master rapport builder, or what is your strategy to take them from, hey, one annuity or one whole life plan to then multiple products and then their entire network coming to you?
So that's something I'm trying to get better at when it comes to the agency because that's something that I don't know. I guess it just comes with the time that I've been doing this for so long
Yeah.
that I know so many products and so many things. So like when I worked at the bank, right? Like it was big on closing multiple stuff to people. I think that was the goal, right? It's like get whoever's sitting in front of you, try to squeeze the juice out of them and get as much as possible from that person, right? Not just because you're trying to like get shit from them, but that's all because it's gonna benefit them, right?
Yes.
So like if I'm building rapport from you, that's where everything comes. So like I start talking to you, right, Connor? I'm like, hey Connor, how you doing? You said you're married?
Yes,
You are? Okay, cool. You have kids?
two kids.
Oh, cool. How old are your kids?
So they're both under 2. I have a son, he's 21 months, and my daughter's 2.5 months.
Oh man, that's awesome, dude. I have a 3-year-old kid, man. I hope I'm trying to save up for college, man, right now. Did you go to college too, Connor, or no?
Yeah, I went to college. Yeah,
Cool. You planning on having your kids go to college?
that's gonna be their choice for sure, but definitely want to give them the option.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great, man. So just right there already, I already know I can get stuff for your kids to build for a college fund. I
Hmm.
can get you for an insurance, for an annuity, for a whole life, whatever it is so far, because you have a wife. So you're gonna need both of you guys need insurance because if something happens to one of you, I gotta make sure the other one has money because you have 2 kids now. So you're gonna leave the other one without the other one's income. Connor,
So
what do you do for a living? You have a business, you said?
yeah, I run a company. Yep.
Oh, okay, awesome. So what would happen to your business if something happened to you?
Well, my wife only knows so much about the business, so to be honest, like it'd be kind of up to my employees, and that's really it.
Okay, you don't have a CEO or anything like that?
I'm the CEO.
You're the CEO. Do you plan on hiring somebody eventually to kind of
That's
take over
definitely
for
the goal.
you?
Yeah, it's definitely the goal, 100%.
Okay, cool. Now I know a bunch of stuff about your business too. So you're basically a sole owner. So basically now I can think of other products that can help your business. And you just told me yourself without me even asking you that you have employees. So now I know you have employees too.
Because there's so many different directions you can go with somebody who's a sole owner for tax efficiency, right? There's so many different products. You could consider a SEP IRA, different things depending on obviously how much liquid
Yeah,
cash.
how much revenue they're bringing in, where what tax bracket they're in. You gotta find out about the wife's income.
Yep.
Does your wife work? Does she make 6 figures? Okay, cool. Now we know what state do you live in. Okay, you live in California. Holy shit, that sucks. It's like it's and then as you're building a report, dude, like you sometimes like you don't even have to ask questions. Like you told me you have employees. I didn't even have to ask you. So now I know, okay, cool. Let's find out. Now, Connor, do you help out your employees for retirement and all that stuff?
I haven't set anything in place yet for my employees.
Oh man. Okay, so you're not helping out your employees right now.
No, not at this moment. No.
So okay, that's something that most it's been usually when employees get benefits from a company, they're more likely to stay around.
Yeah, wow, that's true. Yeah, I never really thought about that. That's true though.
So that's something else. So that's a selling point for us. It's every time, whenever they have an employee and they don't have benefits. Did you know that Kaiser, Wells Fargo, all those big companies, most employees don't leave because they have benefits to them.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. The major benefit plans. Like one of
The
my
the more
friends worked at Google, man, in New York City. Oh my goodness.
yeah
It's impossible to leave. They pay great money, obviously, but it's impossible to leave. It's literally like a circus. No joke. Like they have like a
yeah. So
big
that's
room. It's crazy, bro. Why? Why? And then they cover your
so
insurance, and then they'll also cover. Oh, okay. You giving us your face? Let's
I,
go.
I just I just I just I just parked right now, so I was able to put the camera on.
Good to see you,
But
King.
yeah, man. So all I do is just talk to them. Like once I got the meeting, once they're open to talk to me, and I have a meeting with you, just talk to you. That's it. And then I find out about your budget, how much you're making. I ask permission to ask them like how much can I ask you about like how much you're making, your expenses, things like that. How much does it cost you to run the business?
You always ask for
Um,
permission. You ask for permission. You say, "Hey, would you mind if I asked you this question?"
mhm. Yeah, I always well, it depends. Sometimes I don't, cause I'm like the rich folks, bro. The people that have money, like I told you, they like to brag, so I don't have to really ask them.
Wow, how good,
They'll
how
tell
good you
me.
doing every year? How good you doing every year? They're like, "Oh man, you wouldn't believe it, Kevin. Making 5 million every month. It's unbelievable."
Exactly. Like a lot of the guys in the agency, they in the group, right? They get so excited to talk about what they're doing and their wins. Like, dude, a lot of those guys, I literally I'm just like, hey bro, how's it going with the agency? Oh, dude, it's going killer, dude. I'm making like 30K right now. I didn't even have to ask you. You just told me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm the
right.
opposite. I'm a little bit more private. I don't really but that's just because I do this for a living, like the investment stuff. So I kind of keep quiet.
I like it, bro. So, yo, Orlando, we got a couple minutes. In the interest of obviously kind of cutting this off as soon as possible. Do you have any final questions for our boy Kevin here before
No,
you?
Kevin, I appreciate it. I love you. I love your energy, and I love your heart for giving people an experience that they can then turn around and tell their friends about. You're talking about turning one sale into 4 or 5. Yeah, and you're right. It has nothing to do with the associate, like the company. Like people always ask, right? And but they don't realize that they don't care, right? Yeah, and I see like some of my friends asking on Facebook, like, who do you guys recommend for financial advisors, right? And then you got people like saying me, and like whenever I tell people like to refer me, I'm like, there's no need to say Primerica. I am not Primerica. I am me, right? And people want to work with me, and I love how you do that, man. So thank you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, and it's about building people confidence and stuff, right? Justin's really good at that. Like Justin's always giving compliments to people all the time. Like when I talk to him, he always throws compliments at me all the time, right? I'm like, this guy's a good salesman. He's just like he's like
he makes it feel real good. That's what it's about.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, man, no, you great, you great. He'll probably send me a message after this and tell me some stuff like that. And like he's got that really good and it's not just saying he's just
bro. But you gotta remember,
right?
I'm from New York though, so I'm shooting straight though. If I don't mean it, I'm not telling you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
Man, I know. Man, New York, come on.
What do you mean that don't mean anything?
I mean, I'm in New York. I'm in Philly. Kevin, where are you right now?
Dude, unfortunately, that's why I said Cali, bro, because I'm in Cali.
That boy's paying
South Cal? SoCal?
No, I'm in NorCal, bro. I live in liberal ass Bay Area, bro.
So good. No, you're right, man. I mean,
I'm out here. For me, so that's why, like, for me, it's like a bigger deal when when I talk about the whole 6-figure thing and quitting my job and stuff. Like, if I was doing this in like Nevada, bro, or in the South, it's like, oh, okay, well, shit, man. Like, I literally need 6 figures to live here, bro. Like, literally, you know. And so that's why for me, when I quit, it was like a bigger deal, because like all my expenses, my mortgage, all that stuff, my bills, it's all probably around just that is like 5 G's alone.
Yeah.
And that's just like on the low end, right? There's people that spend more than that. If somebody doesn't pay me a rental, now I gotta cover that because COVID right now. Luckily, all my tenants are pretty cool, but if they chose not to, I gotta cover that too. So it was a big deal for me to like walk away the way I did, and right now knowing that I'm still kind of not really making much from New York life because I've been so focused on trying to generate something and create a system that can help me put both of them together. And like I was telling Justin, I like to network with a lot of people because like even from 7 to 8, because they're all talking to business owners. So that's why like I probably will never leave that group because I'll always connect with these people that are constantly talking to business owners. So it's like a gold mine for me as an advisor. And it helps me out with the agency, obviously, like big time. Justin knows that.
Yep. Yeah, man. I love it. Because your strategy is, how do I go from 1 to 10, not from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. It's how does one person...
Yeah, which I know most people, like, they always teach you, and even in 7FA, they teach you, how do you get to that first 10K? Focus on that first. I'm the opposite, bro. And I know I probably shouldn't be that way, but that's just the way I am. Like, how do I get to 25K? That's my mindset. How do I get to 50K? 100%. And then even if it takes me longer, I want to learn. I will, maybe it's the wrong way. I don't know. I'll eat shit, whatever, but I'll learn it and I'll figure it out. And I always figure it out. Bro. I wouldn't be where I'm at if I don't always figure it out and if I don't always fail.
Love it, dude. Love it. So in the interest of your time, everyone's time, I've been meeting Top on as well. Man, Kev, thanks so much, bro. You really added so much value today. This was over delivering times 100. I really didn't even know that I knew it was going to go great, but man, this is powerful, dude. And I appreciate your vulnerability too. You shared some true, honest stuff in different scenarios that have brought you to where you are. And this is going to bring a lot of value to our current clients to come, and other people that we can share this message to. So super grateful for you, man. This was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, anytime, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys letting me come talk. And like I said, it's I'm very open book, dude. So It's nothing. No big deal. Appreciate it.
Love it.
Awesome.
We may try and have you on again. Sneak. We'll see.
I'm always down, dude. I'm always down. So whenever, yeah, I mean, I got this whole thing. Hopefully, if it starts going well, then I'll let you know, and I'll start killing it in the investments and the agency. It'll be great to be back.
You already know it, baby. Thank you very much, Kev. Appreciate you. Be safe. Take care of that daughter of yours, Orlando. It's great to see you as always. Eric, I'm sure we'll be talking in an hour or so. Thank you all. Be safe.
Eric, Orlando, nice to meet you guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Peace out. Later.
Orlando.